I'm not only Syrian, I'm human, and I think this is what links us. Okay, put religion aside, put our beliefs aside, put our political beliefs aside. We are humans, and this is what joins us together. I stand here to support my people, our people. You don't have to be Syrian for you to say, these are my people. We are humans, these are our brothers and sisters in humanity. I stand here to call for freedom. I stand here to voice the voice of the oppressed. I stand here to stand by the victimized. I stand here because I'm not willing to be silenced. I stand here because I want to voice my opinion. I want to stand by the oppressed. I want to send a message to Bashar. My people are brave. They have proved to be the bravest people I have ever known, and I can tell you this, I have never felt so proud to be a Syrian. I have never felt so proud. My people are our inspiration. The young child is my inspiration. The old man is my inspiration. The mother is my inspiration. The tears of the mother are my tears. The tears of the child are my tears, and I will stand by my family. I will stand by my brothers and sisters, and I will speak against you, Bashar, because we have broken these chains. There's no fear. I no longer have fear. We no longer have fear. The Syrian people are brave. And I promise you, Bashar, I promise you, Mahir, I promise you, Rami, I promise you, Asma, there is no going back, and we are going to fight, and we will scream, freedom, 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 freedom. Thank you.
Okay, hello. My name is Yasmin, and I'm half British and I'm half Syrian. I am so lucky to belong to this great country where my every want and my every need can be met, and one in which I can speak my mind without the fear of the consequences. I live neither in fear, and I do not feel threatened by the government our people have elected. Growing up, I was constantly told by my friends and my family back home in Syria that I was lucky. They would say to me, you have everything that you need. You make the most out of it. And I wish I was you. I knew what was coming. Always, they would say after this, you have it hard like what we do. That we have it hard. And I used to get so infuriated when they told me this. As far as I was concerned, my exam was hard. My college the next day was hard. Work was hard for me. But as I got older and I started to notice the struggles and the restraints that my loved ones in Syria were living under, things like having their belongings just taken from them, paying the police to leave them alone, and having my mouth literally and physically forced shut every single time we drove past an acid statue. When people, my family, going missing, going out the house and not coming back, and not seeing them for years and years and years without any explanation. And I began to ask them, why exactly is your life hard? What is happening to you? And they were always too scared to say what they thought. Again, we are so fortunate, and I am so proud to be British, but it's a shame that the majority, and myself included, take this for granted. We have a voice, and it is listened to, and these people need our help and support. Forget nationality, forget religion, and forget politics. This is a humanitarian issue. Imagine if the tables had turned and Britain was in this situation. Imagine if your baby girl was hiding in the kitchen cupboard because she's scared of the tanks outside the house. Imagine seeing your elderly neighbour beaten by the British Army because all he did was raise his arms and said enough is enough. Imagine how it would mean to you to see people from across the globe to support you, and to hear your friends say, don't give up. It's been near 8 months for these people and nothing has changed, only more death. All I ask is for you to give 1 minute of your day's thoughts to these people. 1 minute's thought to the baby whose father was shot. 1 minute for the thought of your son's best friend who is currently being tortured. And 1 small minute of your time to say, Assad, what you're doing is wrong.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Razan Safour. Can you hear me? Upon finding out that I had to make a minute speech today about the revolution, I asked several of the youth inside Syria to tell me what message they wanted me to convey to the rest of you. The first person I asked said, "We are risking our lives every day. We've lost too many, too much, but we don't regret anything and we will never look back." Another person told me, "I have but one desire, I want to be free." As a Syrian youth in Britain, I strive to reflect the voices of the youth on the streets of Syria. But as much as I try to think of words to express the pain and struggle they go through every day, I find myself at loss. No words do them justice. Every day I speak to a guy in Hama who tells me about the way he risks his life protesting. Every day I speak to a guy in Damascus who relates to me the horrible experiences he went through in prison and the way his mother stands between him and the door every time he wants to go out, afraid that she'll lose him again. Every day I speak to my relative in Homs who has lost half his friends and he tells me that he's still waiting for his time to come. Every day I speak to a person in Aleppo who is fed up with the fear that is infesting his city. And I sit there speechless. It's not the slightest bit possible to relate my struggles to theirs. Whilst here I've been threatened verbally and abused by pro-regimers, back in Syria they're physically abused by them every single day. Whilst I have the freedom to speak up, to blog, to tweet in my real name, they risk their lives doing the same thing with pseudo-names. Whilst my parents encourage me to speak up, to stand here, voice my views, their parents silence them in fear that they will lose them. I am a Syrian who's never been to Syria, deprived of seeing my homeland since the day I was born for one reason, for having a father who demanded his freedom. My entire life has revolved around this one word. Everything I do is affected by it, and everything I can't do comes back to it. And now the people in Syria have finally risen up and have begun demanding their freedom again, but this time they're risking their lives doing so. The youth of Syria are sacrificing their lives for their country, for their parents, for me to witness a free day in Syria. And the least I can do is offer them my support and dedicate the rest of my life helping them. If I can just ask everyone to take a minute's silence and remember the 4,000 martyrs that have sacrificed their lives for our freedom. I don't know how to speak in Arabic. Can you say it? فينا بس ناخد دقيقة صمت to remember الشهداء بسوريا.
الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام. الشعب يريد إسقاط النظام.
شكرا. وصلنا. We've come close to